line, moving Gauff around. Gauff scoops up the forehand, backhand from Sabalenka. She's coming in, takes the volley. Gauff goes for the passing shot. She's done it! Coco Gauff is the 2023 US Open champion. Her first Grand Slam title. She's on the ground.
Oh my word.
Unbelievable. And they embrace. Sabalenka comes to Gauff to embrace.
She's done it.
What a moment for Gauff in her career. She has done it. Wow. She is a Grand Slam champion at 19 years old, fulfilling all that potential that she had.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's been what a turnaround, what a summer it's been for Coco Gauff. Who would have imagined that when she went out to Sophia Kenin at Wimbledon, at the end of June and start of July, who would have thought 3 months later that we were going to be seeing Coco Gauff as the US Open champion? It's been something else. Love it. Yeah, really well done. Sabalenka, you've got to feel for her. She's going to be really disappointed with this one. But, Coco Gauff, it was written in the stars, wasn't it?
It did feel like that. I mean, Gauff, this American hard court season came in with one loss, and that was a tight one to Jessica Pegula in Canada. She has not lost a match in the USA this summer. In the US of A, Coco Gauff is currently unbeaten in the USA, and that was why so many people were rating her as a potential winner. This is not a surprise. She's currently embracing her dad, who's in absolute tears. This has been such a journey for their family. Yeah, she has looked so good for so many weeks. We felt like this might be coming, and she's proved herself right here. And there's so many hugs going on right now. It's beautiful to see.
I'm just trying to work out.
What are you doing here?
Oh, there's John there. I was about to say John is going to be joining us. I'll take away the score, John, so we can see your lovely face a lot bigger. How do we do this? I'll do it this way. Oh, I was wanting John to be the main man here. But anyway, that's not John. That's just a picture of John. How are you doing, John?
I'm Sabbath. I hope I'm not. Maybe I can see if I can connect to the Wi-Fi.
Well, he's trying to get. He's struggling. He's out. He's in the pub.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Maybe there's Wi-Fi.
How do you manage to follow the match, John? I thought you were out.
It's a case of defense over attack. I'm watching it. I mean, I shouldn't show it, mate. I'm doing something. I'm on the beer in a bar in Lisbon, but wow, just wow. Listen, I didn't go into the match with any vested interest for either player. I thought whatever of the four semi-finalists ended up winning the tournament was going to be a great story. I'm with a friend of mine from the UK, Harry, by the way.
Hi, Harry.
I think we're struggling to keep John on the Wi-Fi. I think that bar in Lisbon, he needs to go and get the Wi-Fi password.
Fantastic final. Love it.
That's Harry's expert commentary.
We can't really hear you, John, and then he's dropped off. Anyway, guys, it's been good. Nick, do you want to kind of wrap up? And then I'll let you go and see the speeches.
I want to stay and sort of enjoy the trophy ceremony, everyone. I mean, if you need to shoot off, Tom, I can keep everyone entertained.
No, let's we came here together, we can leave together, so it's absolutely fine. I'm in no rush at all.
Nerlan has asked a question about is Coco Gauff going to be the biggest star in the WTA? I think you asked a similar question earlier. I think she's got the potential for it. Let's see how many more Grand Slams she wins. But I think she has to be a headline name at every tournament. I mean, she already was for who she was, her story so far. I know who that is. Talking to Sabalenka. She's the WTA rep. I was talking to her at Birmingham this year.
There's John back.
Yeah, John's back, but yeah, absolutely.
John, you managed to get the Wi-Fi password?
I just did exactly that, yeah. Sports Bar 1, if anyone wants to know. The name of the bar is the Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, so I don't want to disrupt you guys because I'm sure you're in full flow. But Nick, what were you just about to say?
I was just answering a question around sort of Gauff. I think she's confirmed it. It looks like she's praying at the minute. But yeah, she's going to be a headline name at every single tournament that she enters now, confirmed.
We were talking, John, about I was saying, in terms of the United States, and Naomi Osaka burst onto the scene when she won it. In terms of Coco Gauff, how big is her ceilings in terms of her celebrity and where she would be in like the face of the WTA?
I mean, the celebrity knows no bounds. But I probably don't. I'm not really an expert in that area. But in tennis terms, I just think I think this could be an interesting. I think Aryna at certain times in that third set just got overwhelmed and upset and frustrated with the defense that Coco was. And I'm sure you guys have been talking about this over the last hour or two of the momentum change in the match, and you could just. It was just incredible how, everything. She was throwing the kitchen sink, as we'd say in the UK, at Coco. And Coco was just getting it back time and time again. And I don't know. But back to your question, by the way, Tom, and I know I went off at a tangent there to one that I probably felt more comfortable answering. Yeah, she's going to be huge, but there's 4, 5, 6, 7 huge stars right now in the WTA Tour, and she's now amongst them. We did kind of get some clues about this potentially happening in the build-up of the tournament with her wins in Washington and in Cincinnati. But I must say, I still thought this might be one tournament too soon. But really, the turnaround from Wimbledon is insane, no, Nick?
Yeah.
I mean, first round Wimbledon defeat to Kenin to where we are now, it's just light years away.
It's some story. I mean, I'm not going to put it in a par with the Raducanu story, but in terms of the turnaround, it's just like you say, it's just tennis, and final thoughts then, just in terms of, I'll let you go enjoy your beer, John. Is there a big 4 now in the WTA, or there's a big 5? What are we looking at here? Did you hear the question?
I think it's 4, 5. It's 4, 5, 6. Can you still hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
It's 4, 5, 6. It's 4, 5, 6 players. By the way, I see her on the phone there. She's got the phone out. Anyway, sorry. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I mean, they can all beat each other on any given day, whether it's Iga, Elena, Aryna, and now Coco. At least 4. And, Ons, of course, can have her moments perhaps on the more natural surfaces, but it's cool. It's super cool. Yeah. And as I said, I didn't go into this final with a particular player that I wanted to win, but I must say, the last couple of games, I did start to feel like on the team Coco, if you like, and maybe just like, this is going to be super cool if Coco wins, and she did.
Yeah, I was the same. I think I was pretty neutral until the last 20 minutes, and then I was rooting for Coco to do it. So listen, John, thanks for joining us. We're going to watch the speeches, and then we're going to exit. But go enjoy your day and the night out. All right?
Cheers.
See you later, John.
Yeah, they're getting ready to go on. The podium's ready and assembled. Everyone's getting stepped up. There'll probably be some speeches.
You're going to do your volume and you can listen in?
I can do. I mean, I can't do it from here because I don't have a remote control. Okay. So
I can't do it either. My sound's
okay. Never mind. I just want to do the trophy match, but I think I think I would like to have the opportunity to sort of break down the match a little bit anyway.
Okay.
I think in terms of how I saw it, I agree with John. I think that was defense over attack was a great way of phrasing it. That Gauff just, once she got a rhythm going, she was able to absorb Sabalenka, make her play as extra balls, put pressure on her, and Sabalenka started overplaying. And Ghost has been going on a chat about the unforced error count. I think the unforced error count is there, but I don't think it's because Sabalenka suddenly went off a cliff in terms of a level. I think Coco forced it, and then Coco grew in confidence. The forehand got bigger, and she was starting to win the big points. And I think that backhand passing shot was the turning point in the match.
Yeah, I think we both said at the time that was a point of the match, and she didn't really look back from then. I mean, this girl is going to be on every talk show in America over the next few weeks, every newspaper, every news website. She is just an absolute superstar, and she has fulfilled that potential. I listened to, I don't know if we listened to the same thing, but I was listening to a tennis podcast just when she was, putting in her new coaching team, and it was pretty much like that'll make no difference until she sorts out, the kind of forehand. But what a turnaround in terms of we had Washington, and then we had Cincinnati, and then sorry, no, it was Toronto, wasn't it? And then we had this. It's been really good.
Cincinnati, she won.
Yeah, yeah.
Montreal, she lost to Pegula, which is looking like a very good win for Pegula, to be honest. I think she had an amazing week that week in Canada.
I commentated on that one, and like you say, it was that's probably, is it her only loss since Wimbledon?
This hard court season, yeah.
Yeah.
And wow. It was close. I mean, it was a great result for Gauff, and turning this around. And we've talked about it. And the thing is that she's not changed the forehand that much. She's just found a way to make it work better, to become less of a vulnerability. Technique wise, she's not massively changed a lot. There's just a couple of tweaks. And I think there was some discussion around whether Brad Gilbert was going to use this as kind of a temporary move to then rebuild the forehand, and maybe they'll still do that. But for whatever it is, Coco has got some belief recently, and this is the best I've ever seen her play these last few weeks, and which is amazing given that she got to top 10 aged 15. No, she wasn't 15 when she broke into the top 10. She was 18 when she got top 10, 17, 18, and she's got this far and stayed in the top 10 despite not being at her best, despite not even reaching her full potential. And that's why she's going to be a big star. I don't think this is going to be her only Grand Slam. I don't want to jinx her by saying that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've said this, we were saying this when Raducanu won it. We said it when Andreescu won it.
Immediately came in my mind when you said that.
Andreescu as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But then you've got the Osaka example from 5 years ago. She's kicked on and become one of the biggest stars in tennis. If anything, I would say if you've won 3 slams, you're an all-time great. She's won 4. She's already up there on her day. So I think Gauff is going to be more like Osaka than Andreescu or Raducanu. She's also less injury prone as well.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to shoot off now because I'm going to maybe jump down so I can watch these speeches. But listen, Nick, I think we've done pretty well tonight. You managed to talk us through the points, and I did my best to keep us up to date with the stats. Ghost, John, Mary, Jane, Elena, Jake, everyone who's still with us. It's been one of the kind of most successful nights, like Nick said, that I've been on. In terms of numbers on the stream. So thank you. Give us a follow on Twitter if you want to. And Nick, it's been a pleasure, and we'll do this again soon, all right?
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, Tom. I love commentating with you. Peace out. Have a good night.
You too, fella. All right, mate.
Have a good night as well. Everyone else? Yes. So Tom is departing from us. Let's get something to my face on the stream, but hey, we've done pretty well. I don't know if anyone else has lined up. I think Anastasia is probably watching the speeches, but I think one of the biggest parts of a Grand Slam is watching someone lift the trophy. Sabalenka looks like she's crying during this runner-up speech. Massively enjoyed it, Eleanor. Massively enjoyed it. Huge result for it. Just watching Coco turn that around was just brilliant, and I think it's something special. What we've watched tonight, this is a star has been born, and Sabalenka should be proud of herself as well for all that she's done this tournament. She looked absolutely brilliant, and in the end of the day, she came up against a player who had an answer to what she could throw at her, and you shouldn't take anything away from what Aryna Sabalenka has achieved today by any means. Yeah, she's laughing now. So I'm hoping people are listening to this. I'm sorry I can't kind of get much audio on it. I'll probably maybe listen to the speeches back. But I wanted to and that. But yeah, I hope everyone else enjoyed the match too. It's been absolutely brilliant, and yeah, we've seen history made today, and moments are special when you share them. Moments are special when you share them. There you go. That. There's your score. Coco Gauff is the US Open champion, 2-6, 6-3, 6-2. This is going to be a candidate for match of the year, if anything, for the significance of the results. I'll stand by my previous statement that I think, if I'm being nitpicky about it, I think the Australian Open final, the Madrid finals were more exciting in terms of being more competitive. Whereas this ends up getting decided by a massive momentum swing midway through. So yeah, great result. Sabalenka is going to be the world number 1 on Monday. It'll be interesting to see what kind of showdown she has with Swiatek going forward, unless Coco Gauff kicks on and does crash the party at the top. And that would be very, very interesting here, I think, if that were to happen, because, we need some big names in there. Osaka's coming back next year as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing what she can produce. And if we've got a world where you've got Osaka, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Gauff, Rybakina, at least in the mix, that's going to give us a very, very exciting setup here. So I'm going to keep going until the trophy is lifted, and then I'm going to sign off. But I wanted to, but I think, we need to see this moment of Coco Gauff holding the US Open trophy. Emma gets mentioned by John in the chat. Yeah, I actually think I agree. If Emma comes back fit and healthy and is fit and healthy, and she produces the level like we know she did for those 2 weeks 2 years ago, then yeah, she's a contender. She is absolute contender. I think Tom was right to mention Jabeur as well. Never count her out, especially at Wimbledon. And we should definitely be very excited for continue to be excited for the WTA. Obviously, I'm going to do a bit of a plug. I do, for those of you who are new, and I think a lot of you will be, I do a weekly WTA show on this channel. We go through the week, and one of the reasons why I do it is I think the WTA women's tennis is in a fantastic place, always brings great entertainment. We've got San Diego next week, and you've got some absolute barnstormers just in the first round of a much smaller tournament. Example, French Open semi-finalist Beatrice Haddad-Maia is taking on the finalist from 2 years ago at the US Open, Leylah Fernandez, in round 1. So there you go. There's just some examples there. Gauff is obviously referencing her parents in that moment there at the minute, and they're sort of shying away from the attention a little bit. But I think women's tennis has always got some drama, great quality play, super close rivalries, and when it hits top gear, it is unmissable. And Coco Gauff has just given us another reason why women's tennis right now is unmissable. I'm looking forward to breaking all this down on Monday with whoever's coming on there. In terms of, for those of you who are new and you're going, oh, this was great. If you're, I'm hoping you thought this was great. We have a men's final commentary tomorrow. We will be bringing you our commentary of Novak Djokovic against Daniel Medvedev, and it'll be with the channel founder John Silk, who you saw earlier, coming to you from Lisbon, and Jack Edward, who shared his predictions with us sort of the beginning of the stream, midway through. As I said, accredited LTA coach, very knowledgeable, especially on the stats. I know Ghosty and a few others are a big fan of him for that. But that they will bring you some absolutely brilliant coverage of the US Open men's final tomorrow. So If you want to come back and watch that with us, please do. We'd love to have you. We'd love to keep talking tennis with you. Yeah, Gauff is still giving her speech at the minute. Crowd's absolutely loving what she's saying. What were your thoughts on that match? I think I've seen some. I think Ghost in the chat seems to be of the opinion that it was a Sabalenka capitulation. I didn't see that. I think she did try and get herself back in the match. There were numerous points in that third set where it looked like she was trying to stage a comeback. She didn't seem down. I don't think there was a lot she could do. She just hit her limit because she couldn't break down the Coco Gauff defense. It's very rare for me to say the tennis match was all about who lost it and not who won it. For me, Coco Gauff, after a slow start, came out there and won it. She didn't bring the level, she couldn't find the level in the first set. Sabalenka overwhelmed her a bit, but she figured it out. She worked out a game plan, and she's not got the trophy yet, but she will do in a minute. Yes, Aryna, Coco won it fair and square. Probably announcing how much money she's just won. She's looking at that trophy. She's getting ready to pick it up. She's receiving the check first. Hey, look, I'm sure she's happy with the money, but I think all she cares about is the trophy. All she cares about is the trophy, and it's going to be presented by Billie Jean King. All-time great. Maybe still the greatest female tennis player of all time. That's a debate for another day. Certainly in the conversation with Serena Williams. Obviously presenting this because it's 50 years since the US Open offered equal prize money. Wow, Coco went off saying thank you to the people who didn't believe in me. Wow, that's motivation right there. Billie Jean King picks up the trophy. Gauff puts away the check and hands it, and she looks at it like it's the most precious thing in the world and lifts it above her head. And she is holding the US Open trophy, and it just looks like it belongs in her hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the US Open 2023 champion, Coco Gauff, as the streamers go off and all red, white, and blue, she kisses the trophy again, over and over again. She has got the biggest smile on her face, and you can tell I've got the biggest smile on mine. It's been a pleasure witnessing tennis history with you tonight. I hope you will enjoy the stream. Tune back in tomorrow for the men's final, and tune in on Monday for more analysis of the WTA tournament if you're here for the women's tennis. But in the meantime, thank you for joining. Keep talking tennis. See you soon.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.